Morning guys, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 3. So this morning I meant to get up and go to the gym, but I slept in. So I'm gonna do my workout a little bit later, and Asher is currently hiding in the curtains. I think he's trying to find another way to get my breakfast. What you doing, monster? I need that thing that he just stole. So this morning we're getting ready to have breakfast. I'm gonna have breakfast. Asher's trying to steal it. Do you want to say good morning to the people? Just, you can say good morning with your tail in the curtain. Yeah, good morning, precious. So I brought his breakfast in here, so hopefully he will eat. Although, to be honest, it's in front of the heater, so he might not. Oh, he's actually gonna touch it. Okay, we're just gonna let him eat. But I am having some zucchini bread, and I thought I would show you guys because I haven't shown you anything that I've been eating so far. I like to try to make, depending on the week, I will food prep a handful of things so that when I open the fridge, it's easy to grab things to eat and make the most of my time, so I have healthy options available. And I do make a lot of the same recipes on repeat. But this week, a lot of my prep was stuff that I need to get rid of. So like I had a spaghetti squash, I had butternut squash, I had zucchini that needed to go. So I made John Strathology's zucchini bread. I will link it down in the description box below. No, you cannot have some. And then I've done two different versions. So I made it in a really compact pan, so it can be a bit like longer, but what I use means that it's like super dense. But this one has some almond butter and a little bit of cinnamon honey on it. And then this one has a bit of lava yogurt, which is a cashew based, more tart, unsweetened vanilla yogurt with some pistachios on it. And then I have coffee over here that has a bit of mock almond milk, and it's steamed, and some inulin for some extra fiber. So the fat, the fiber, the protein, the greens, the combo going on here will keep me pretty solid to lunch. And it'll be a nice base because I'm going to work out at about 10 and do some yoga this morning because I'm still quite sore from Saturday's workout. And then I'm going to do some time on the Peloton. So yeah, I will check back in with you guys in a little bit when I do that. But I wanted to show you breakfast, and I figured today, well, we're packing. We're packing for New York today. I haven't done that yet. And my hair looks nice and fresh, although my fineness is showing it. It's super piecey. But somebody has decided he wants to hang out on my foot this morning and try to steal breakfast. You have breakfast. It's over there. Do you care about your breakfast? No? Yes? Maybe? Okay. Sounds great. A little chat in the middle of the chaos that I will explain behind you. Last time you guys saw me, I was doing yoga on the floor here, and I actually filmed some clips earlier saying that I was gonna do my Peloton ride, and then I decided not to. I wasn't really feeling it. Hold on, let me fix this. This is really bugging me. And explaining what was happening, and I'll update you guys on that. But as I was sitting here, you guys, I'm just in my sports right now. As I was sitting here in the chair that you guys are currently sitting in, eating dinner and just kind of being in that space, I had a little mental chat with myself about my actions over the last couple of days, and specifically this came from what I chose to eat for dinner, because it's not a very me dinner, and the new habits I've developed and how I choose to show up. And I'm very big on habits and how those are really the key to your healthy lifestyle. And I just had a little chat with myself about how I've tried to spend the last couple of days in the last week or so giving myself some space and some time to really process things. And I set December as a month that I was just going to fully take off. I feel like the last few months have been crazy in their own way because of everything that happened, losing my stepfather and all of that, and how just very quickly and very chaotically everything happened. And then we went to Paris, and then there was just a lot going on. But I also just felt like I needed a stillness in my life. I'm not on Instagram this month. I ended up making that an intentional thing and just giving myself some space to process everything that's happened the last 3.5 years. Moving home, losing my dad, losing my uncle, losing my stepfather, going through a hurricane, changing careers, all of these things that have happened probably in a very short time span, and to a degree I know that I probably haven't fully dealt with. And I'm very good at just charging through and getting in that space and moving forward. But I know that as a human, as a healthy human, as somebody who values my mental health, that I have to be mindful about making the space and the time to deal with that. And I don't think there's ever like a, oh, you just deal with it and it's done. Like stuff like that, grief, going through big events, you carry that with you. And I'm constantly learning to set boundaries. I'm constantly learning to readjust my boundaries and what those look like. And I think that those have been a little chaotic for me over the last few months. And so as I was sitting here this afternoon, I had that moment of just knowing, because I have this Apple Watch, because I wear this consistently, it's the best and worst thing, because I know what my numbers are. I know how I show up for myself. I know what that looks like. I know who I can be and who I want to be. And then I also need to create space where I can just be, where I can just be a human, where I can just feel every emotion and go through all of it. And I can feel it bubbling under the surface. So let's hope I don't have a breakdown on camera today. But I need to work on the balance of that for myself. That is a thing for me. But I wanted to make sure that this month, while I was doing Vlogmas, because I knew that we were potentially going to be moving out of my childhood home, that I had a chance to be fully present for that and to just close out those chapters. So I filmed earlier and I said that I wasn't going to ride. And then as I sat here tonight, I just thought, that's not how I want to show up for me. That's not who I want to be. I don't want to be that person who isn't taking care of themselves and is shifting those gears. And I know that I need to be personally more intentional about where my energy lies and who I'm putting in my bubble and where I'm spending time. And I think that's going to take some like quiet time on my own to figure out what those boundaries look like for myself. I think those have changed a bit. I'm hoping that a month away from most social media and all of that will really give me that space to figure that out. But I did go ride. I did 45 minutes on the Peloton. I'm nice and sweaty and glorious now. As you can tell, my face is super red. I have my electrolytes. And I showed up for me, whether or not it was something that I felt like doing or was in the space for. And I can be very much that person who says, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it. And I think that sometimes there can be that disconnect there. And I don't like to live in that. Well, I don't feel like, feelings are bullshit when it comes to that stuff. If you don't feel like showing up for yourself, you're never going to get there, because if you keep saying that you don't feel like it, it's never going to happen. If it only happens when you feel like doing it. And I don't like to be that person. That's not who I want to live as. I want to be a person who says they're going to do something and shows up that way. So today's Vlogmas is getting a rant. I can already see how this Vlogmas is not going to be the same as everybody else's. Welcome to my everyday life. So this chaos behind me, all of that to say is what I came in to tell you guys earlier is I started doing photos for Poshmark. There is a little mannequin over there. She's got a, well sculpted partial body going on, and dragged her out, started taking photos, did my yoga earlier, had a snack, and now I'm gonna shower, I'm gonna drink my electrolytes, and then we're gonna pack. I think we might pack in the morning. To be quite frank, we might pack in the morning because it is almost 7 and I really would like to watch Arrow and Flash tonight. I think that might be happening. I've been really slack on actually getting to the gym at the time that I should probably go to the gym the last few days, and that's really on me. Not so much that I couldn't do it, but I tend to have times where I prefer to go for workout purposes, for the sake of energy levels, for the sake of traffic, all that jazz. So if I don't hit my like early morning one, like, if I don't get up and just straight go, then I'll wait and go a little bit later. And that's what I did this morning, is I worked out at like 10, and I'll do enough time that it's after breakfast but before lunch so that I can come home and refuel my muscles. I don't want there to be like a long gap after I work out that I'm not getting the fuel that my body needs. So electrolytes is part of that for me. And tomorrow I need to get up and work out, and I will definitely be packing. And then I feel like I should start the tally for dogs for Vlogmas. I'm sorry guys, they have lots of things to say, but I did want to talk more about working out today because that is what's happening. And one of the things that I've noticed as I've been doing the Couch to 5K training, and weightlifting training, but mostly the Couch to 5K training, is how much cross training has really made a big difference for me. Because I've never been able to run. And I feel like I've said this before in a vlog or maybe somewhere on the blog, but I get shin splints so easily. And part of the reason that we got the Peloton was that I wanted a way to work out to like alternate with stuff, that if I wanted to do something later in the day and it wasn't walking and it was raining outside, whatever the case, that I had something that would be more friendly for my shins, because I get them so easily. And part of the reason that I feel like I've been able to have the lung capacity as I've gone up and progressed with, I think I'm on week 3 of Couch to 5K, is because I've been doing classes on the bike for the last few months. It's really built up my cardio levels to a degree that I wasn't necessarily getting before, so my lung capacity is a lot better and my legs are slowly catching up. I can definitely tell that they are farther behind in that sense. I will get the shin splints a little more easily. I realize now that I have to train every other day. Like I can't really do 2 days in a row. I did my Couch to 5K and weights on Saturday, and guys, it's taken me several days to recover from that. I just walked yesterday. I thought I would be okay with doing some yoga on Sunday and stretching it out and going for like being able to jump back in yesterday morning, but my hamstrings were not having it. So I did just walking yesterday, and then today I did yoga and my ride, and then tomorrow we will go back to the gym for some running and some legs. But yeah, I did want to tell you guys that I did end up working out. I filmed some earlier, and thinking on that and just sitting down, I felt like I needed to come back and chat differently about that, because today is one of those days where it's probably going to be a very boring vlog in that sense, because what I thought I was going to share with you guys is not what I shared. I have been taking pictures. It's not very exciting. I have a pile of clothes over here. I'm very excited to list some things on Poshmark and get them out of the house, but I'm working through things mentally right now and looking at new boundaries and creating all of that for myself. And there are certain key habits I know that I do a lot better with, that I really just need to be intentional about getting back into focus. And I think that that'll help a lot, but also creating new boundaries, you know? That's the biggest thing that any of us can do, is be mindful of our boundaries, because that is how we keep our mental health where we need it to be. So on that note, on that very lovely, sweaty, there's been no makeup in this vlog, this is as real as we are gonna get, Vlogmas Day 3, that is all I have for you guys today. So I am gonna go cool off a little bit and probably, you know, shower because I'm smelly now, and go watch, hopefully, Arrow and Flash, because everything's building up for Crisis on Infinite Earths, and I'm very excited to see how they play 5-episode crossover. We've been in the TV world, and I can only freaking fathom what that looks like on the backside. So I love you guys. You matter to me. It is a good day to have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow morning when we get to pack for New York. Yay! Good night, guys.